Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. In today's episode, I'm surprised I haven't talked on her a lot sooner. I might have mentioned her in previous episodes, but I don't think I have. I think this would be my first time ever talking about this person. But in today's episode, I will be talking about I wouldn't really call her an internet personnel, more of a TV personality. Okay, a TV personality. At one point had her own radio show. She might still have one. I really don't know. Has a TV show. Passed out some years ago on TV, and it was one of the funniest things ever. But anyways, I will be talking about Wendy Williams. Now, recently she has been in the media eye because I guess a TikToker had got shot and killed, and she was being disrespectful towards him on her TV show. And here's the thing, if anything, I think this podcast episode is going to be me roasting Wendy Williams for an odd amount of minutes because I really never, cared for her TV show or what else, anything else that she does. I have to say, the one time where I was like, oh, okay, there she is, was when I was watching, this old 90s TV show, and they was she wasn't even really a guest appearance on the show. She was just one of those, how in TV shows where they'll have those people that, they're there, but they don't say anything. They just point and make, facial reactions. They're kind of like Jim Halperts, but, background Jim Halperts and stuff. She was pretty much that and stuff. She just only made, facial reactions and signed a piece of paper and stuff. But she was, she was on that TV show, Martin. And there was an episode where he was trying to, he was at some radio show convention, and she was there. And so I guess, that would probably be the only time, I was like, oh, okay, there she is. But I think if I were to see her out in public, I would just be like, oh, there's Wendy Williams. It ain't gonna be somebody if I were to see Samuel Jackson, Kevin Hart, or a YouTuber or a musician, or a friend of mine's. It's just gonna be, oh, there she is. Out of all the celebrities I could have seen, that's the celebrity that I get to see. Oh, nice, cool, all right. So, but other than that, it's my thing is this. I don't get why she's overly critical on people, and it's fam, what have you really, in the recent years, I have to say the only good thing that, that she has towards her name was when she did this Lifetime movie to, really explain her life. Because I guess, it did, catch some, media eye, but at the end of the day, it's your radio show and your TV show has just been based on, talking bad about people. My thing is this. If it's a person that's out there doing bad things, that would be the only way, or the only reason why I would talk bad on the person. But there's at times where there's situations and people that really, your opinion doesn't even matter. It shouldn't even have seen, the public eye. But the fact that you will talk on a person, didn't she talk on Beyonce, when I think she had came out and it was, talking about how, Jay-Z cheated or some stuff like that. My thing is this. When you hear some stuff like that go down, all you just gotta do is sit there and listen. Just sit there and listen. This is somebody putting all of their heart and soul into their music, and you really think at the end of the day people want to hear your opinion about it. And that's why it's I honestly feel like that was karma making its way around. You talk bad on this, and I think it happened after the fact she talked on Beyonce and Jay-Z, but it was not too long after that she started having marriage issues and stuff. So it's I think she ended up getting cheated on. So it's that's my thing, where it's it can really happen to anybody. It just really depends on who you're with. But like at the end of the day, like I had to say, like, nah, karma made its way around you because you were just being disrespectful to people that didn't even deserve it. So like that's why I'm like I just didn't get why she did that. But then it's like with other situations and stuff, like it's one of those things where I'm like, I really don't know how to this day she's still on TV and still has people watching her on a regular. Like the fact that she has people showing up to her show, that's where I'm like, wow. It's one thing to be on TV, it's one thing to have viewers, but to have people like that's honestly that would be the worst like place to honestly go to. Like if I wanted to see any TV show, fam, I would have read. There's a lot of TV shows out there that I can name off that I would rather be on and see and go to and be a live like watcher. Being an audience member in Wendy, like on Wendy Williams, I'm like that's where you kind of roast the fans a little bit. Like that's what you guys are doing on your weekly day morning or whatever you guys go to to her show and things. Like that's what y'all are doing on a Wednesday morning. You bought tickets to go to a Wendy Williams show. Like that's you kind of gotta look at the person, do how Bugs Bunny did, take the glove off and just slap them across their face so they can come back to reality and stuff. Because man, I don't think I would ever waste my money on some Wendy Williams tickets. Like unless it was like she was boxing somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, I know she's gonna lose that fight. So of course, I gotta be there and get my footage and stuff. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, she I just don't, get why people would go and see her live. It's like, it's one thing to watch her on TV because I'm like, I think I, would have to watch her for maybe a few minutes. After them few minutes, like, because it's kind of like when I say, like, when I was talking about the people that make videos on me, and that's honestly how I see her. She's just a troll. She's just out here trolling people on social media and like bothering people, and it's like, fam, at the end of the day, I just see her kind of like my trolls, the people that be making videos on me and stuff. And I'm like, I'm only allowed to like maybe watch it for like maybe a few seconds to a few minutes. And after that, like I'm done. I've seen everything that I need to see. But yeah, it's like you've built your career off of a catchphrase and talking bad about people. Like, that's not a career that I would want to look back on and be like, I accomplished a lot. Like, no, you made a lot of enemies. If anything, like she probably don't. With her, it's probably that she just doesn't care that much about people. I feel like that if she were to care much about people, or if she were to be on the shoes of the of that person that she's talking bad about, but it's like you got to experience that like pain, that hurt, that just that hurt in things in you and stuff, where it's like, hey, yo, why is this person talking about me? I've done nothing to them. I've said nothing to them. Like, what did I do to you? But that's the thing, though. Like, talking to anybody that's been a Wendy Williams victim, you really, at the end of the day, have, like, it ain't going to damage your career that Wendy Williams talked about you. Like, maybe somebody of, like, a much more higher power, like, I don't know, Barack Obama or, somebody like up on that level, but at the end of the day, if it's Wendy Williams, that's like equivalent to like Donald Trump saying that you wouldn't be a good president. That's where you kind of got to look at them and be like, well, look at your situation. Look how that went down. So that's why it's like you got like look at her, and it's like, I think if I were to ever be like a talk show host or a radio host and she were to approach me and be like, oh, you wouldn't be good at it. And I'm like, at least I know this for sure. I'm like, I know I wouldn't get up on TV and pass out and look funny while I'm doing it. Like, I think that was rigged, bruh. I honestly think that was rigged. I don't think she really passed out. I think actually, no, because I remember I did watch a little bit of the movie, and I think I did get on that part where they show she was like overwhelmed with all the stuff that she was dealing with. And I'm like, do you know how many times people throughout their life get overwhelmed with work, their personal life, whether they're every aspect of their life? I've never in my life have gotten to that point where I'm like, oh, let me aggressively lick my lips, and then not even like, most people when they pass out, they just like, they kind of get wobbly and stuff, and then they might like fall backwards, fall forward, might fall to the side or something. Her body it looked like she just kind of jumped and then just like caved in and stuff. Like, she fell down like a construct, like, you know, like when them, like them buildings that get demolished and things, like that's honestly how she just fell down. Like you just see the explosion at her ankles, and then she just came down, and I'm like, that's, I've never seen a person fall like that. I've like, even like I've seen tripping falls, I've seen stumbling falls. I've just seen playing on falling. I've seen stuntmen fall, wrestlers fall. I've seen myself fall. I've seen friends and family. I've seen so many different falls of so many different people. I've never seen somebody fall. Like honestly, she can patent that fall and copyright people if they want to fall like her. Like if I were to do a comedy skit and I were to fall like that, she can sue me. She can sue me for falling and stuff. The way that she fell, like that's the Wendy Williams fall, man. Like, no, it's like I'm gonna see somebody fall down. I'm like, no, you didn't fall. You did a Wendy Williams fall. But anyways, but no, now let's talk on this whole situation with this TikToker. So yeah, so this TikToker, I guess, pretty famous, pretty popular. He was tragically shot and killed, and I guess Wendy Williams got on her TV show and was like, oh, I didn't know who the guy was, and nor did anybody in my audience didn't know who he was. And it's like, hey, yo, if you're going to talk about it, my thing is this: if you know you're going to say something negative about a person, don't say anything. You know, it's like if that were to be me, right? I'm in her shoes, and somebody, a name pops up and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who this person is, but it's sad that they died, and I can't really speak too much on them or talk about them because I didn't know who they are. I didn't know who they were and stuff. And my thing is, like, even if it's a person that I don't like, a person that, or like a person that I don't like, a person that I don't know, regardless, like, it could be anybody, my worst enemy, whoever, like America's worst enemy, the world's worst enemy. I'd just be like, that's crazy that happened to them. But, that's all I can really say. Like, I can't really say a whole lot. I don't even want to really say a whole lot on that. But regardless, it's like, I'm not going to be disrespectful. Like, you just can't do that. Especially when it's somebody that you don't know and stuff, and they've done absolutely nothing to you. And it just came off as like, she's just picking on this person. Even in the afterlife, she's picking on this person. But it don't, like, that's the thing though, it really shouldn't surprise people. That's why when I seen her name trending and seen all the stuff that people was talking about, it wasn't even really surprising, especially after, like, actually I was out buying me a pair of shoes, so that's why I'm like, I can care less about why Wendy Williams is trending. It don't matter to me. But anyways, yeah, when I seen that, I was just like, why is everybody surprised by this? Like, why is everybody like, oh, I'm so angry and pressed and upset and triggered that she talked on this? It's in her character, bruh. Like, you can't, honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like that, she self-destructed her career by just being her. Like, the day she signed that contract to be this Wendy Williams, this personnel, like, all across TV and radio shows and whatever, the day she signed up to be the person that she is today, she self-destructed her career. She could have done anything that she wanted to do. She could have been anybody that she wanted to be. But the fact that she wanted to be this particular person, yeah, she might have reached a level of success and fame where she can do this for the rest of her life and be set. But at the end of the day, it's like, don't expect to win awards. Don't expect to go, like, I mean, I guess in a way she would go viral, but it's like, it's gonna be like ultra rare that you go viral for anything that's good. Like, my thing is, and it's like also just, with the amount of success that has stood out in, like, her career, like, yeah, she probably was like laughing and smiling and happy that, oh, I caused all this like media attention by being who I am and stuff. But then you guys see it as that, like, because I think that's how it is, like, with some people, is that the bad things in their life will stick out more than the good things in their life. Now, let's say if I were to get invited onto Wendy Williams' show and we were to get into this, like, crazy argument and stuff, I have so much things that I can say about her where it's like, fam, you can't talk about me and act like that your life was like, crystal clear and perfect. Like, like, it's, you can't do that. It's just not possible. It's not even right. Like, you shouldn't even feel right for talking about a person. It's like, look at your career, fam. Like, you have not had the best career. It's like, man, you're like, my thing is this. Like if we can say like top tier level of talk show hosting and just overall having a talk show. Let's say like top tier is Ellen DeGeneres. You know, like I would say that she's top tier because I mean that woman she's helped out so many people. You know, like given I mean, dang, I'm honestly the amount of stuff that Ellen DeGeneres has done. I'm like, I would be a cameraman for Ellen DeGeneres. I would do whatever it takes to be on that TV show. But Wendy Williams, like honestly, what can you do? I wouldn't be proud to be a cameraman, a producer, a writer, whoever, like an audience member. I wouldn't even want to be a gnat flying around in the backstage area of the Wendy Williams show. Like, that's saying some stuff, fam. I don't want to be the toilets. I don't want to be the air, because I just feel like that from the talk show host all the way down to the last tile of that place, of Wendy Williams' show, is toxic. Like, it's just flat out toxic. Like, that's one show where I'm like, if I were to be like super like famous, right? Super like, you know, just everybody knew who I was, and I'm getting all these like, you know, and let's say if I were to have a manager, then he'd just be like, okay, I think first show to start you off on, let's go on the Wendy Williams show. I end my career right then and there. I'd be like, nope, I'm just going to do the Marshawn Lynch challenge, and I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to be like, I'm just here because whatever, you know, like I don't even want to be here. I wouldn't be on that show. For any, you know, reasons whatsoever. I'm like I said, I just, you know, I'd rather end my career than to be on Wendy Williams' show. Like that's something where it's like, I know anybody that is behind that show, whether you're a cameraman or whoever, it's like, I know you do not tell. Honestly, I wouldn't tell anybody that I was that I worked on Wendy Williams' show. They've been like, oh, so what do you do for? I'm like out and about. Now I'm talking to a girl, right? And then she's like, oh, so what do you do for a living? I'm like, I'm a cameraman. She's like, oh, really? Like, it's for like movies? And I'm like, yeah, in a way. She's like, oh, what kind of work have you done? Have I seen anything? I'm like, I wouldn't tell her until we're like 3 years like married down the road. I would hide it for 3 years. I would straight up lie, go and just sit her down one day and be like, so you know how I said I'm a cameraman, right? And she was like, yeah, we've dated for like multiple years. We got married. We've been married for like 3 years. Like, what do you? I honestly, because my thing is this: if Tommy can do it on Martin and hide his job for like how many seasons did Martin go? Hold on for a second. I need to see something real quick. Martin TV show. If Tommy can hide his job from them guys from 1992 to 1997, and where's like the Wikipedia page? Oh, there we go. 5 seasons. If Tommy can hide his job from Martin, Pam, Gina, and Cole, and the rest of the other cast, if he can do that, I know I could do it for a few years and stuff. And then I would just sit her down and tell her like, oh yeah, I'm a cameraman and a producer for the Wendy Williams talk show. I know I would get divorced same day. Same day I know I would get divorced. I'm like, nope. I know for a fact nobody, because I'm like, honestly, I don't think I would like divorce my wife if she were to tell me some stuff like that. But I would question, you know, just everything. I'm like, I don't even know what life is anymore. Like, why would you drop this on me? Like, this is some bad stuff right here. Like, nah, I'm like, I need a break. I need a moment. I'm like, I'd be like, nah, I'm going back to my parents, and I just need some time to myself. It would take me a while to accept that. But anyways, no, jokes aside though, you know, Wendy Williams, she's somebody where I'm like, guys, you know, talking to anybody out there that got like legitimate hatred for her, don't have that in your heart. You know, don't carry that with you for the rest of your life or for however long. You know, you shouldn't overall like crack jokes, if anything. You know, like what I did earlier on Twitter. I said that Wendy Williams, probably by the time you guys hear this episode, I made like a bunch of other tweets and things. But you could possibly like search it up on Twitter and stuff and find the tweet. But I said that Wendy Williams looks like Michael Jackson when he was in the Thriller music video. She does. When you sit down and you can use any picture of Wendy Williams and Photoshop it on any of the people that was, well, besides the main girl, but like any of the zombies that was dancing with Michael Jackson, you can Photoshop her face on anybody, including MJ himself. Michael Jackson, the man himself. Photoshop Wendy Williams' face on any of them. Looks just like him. So that's why I'm like, man, I just, it's crazy. That's honestly, it took me a while to realize that, but now I'm like, dang. Like I looked through multiple photos and I was able to just choose the first one and be like, there was one photo where I was like, nah, she looking like extra, like, cuckoo and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not gonna use this. This is probably when she was having one of her bad days, and so I'm like, I ain't gonna stoop down that low. But I will say this: she still does look like Michael Jackson. And any that photo, I seen one photo, and I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't go that hard on her and stuff. But she was looking in the original photo that I wanted to use. She was looking just like him, and I'm like, fam, that is scary. Like, she seen that video one time and was all like, I fell in love, and that's been my makeup ever since and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You honestly shouldn't have done that to yourself. But like I was saying, guys, don't, get overly upset when you see her trending or being talked about. Just crack jokes, live your life, Obviously, you're living a much more better life than Wendy Williams and stuff. I feel like the most craziest people of the world, like the craziest people that be like, because I seen this yesterday, and I was like, there was this woman, she was just out like talking to like some bushes. I didn't see anything in the bushes, but I'm pretty sure she's living a better life than Wendy Williams and stuff. So, but anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 34 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch at TMossBoss. I'll be forgetting sometimes. And also, you make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. And for the SeatGeek promo code, it's TMossBoss. It may work for you, it might not work for you, but if it does, it will knock $20 off your next purchase. So, that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.